the Boheco Electric going up 125%. I realized I left out some key important information. Now, one of the key pieces of information that I neglected to point out is that even though we have an email address and a text, a phone to Boheco Electric, there was no notification that the electric was going to be raised 50% in March and then again 50% in April, May's bill. So 50% of, let's just say, 1,000 pesos is 500 pesos. So a 50% increase on your electric bill, if it was 1,000 pesos, next month it will be 1,500 pesos. However, the electric company, the woman at Boheco in the ICM mall, explained it to me that it was going up 100%, 100%, 50% last month and 50% next month. Now, I don't know what they teach people here in the Philippines in school or how they teach their customer service math, but 50% of 1,000 is 500. If you add another 50% next month to the 1,500 from last month, that's 750 peso increase. 750 plus 500 is 1,250 pesos. When your bill was 1,000 pesos, now it's 2,250 pesos. That's 125% increase, not 100%. That's number one. Number two, the thing that's most irritating to me and to other people that were in the room is that there was no notification. I believe, and I think I'm right as a consumer, I believe we should have been notified that the electric rates went up 50%. At that point, you have an option to use less electric, turn off some more lights, be more frugal with the way you leave the lights on. Maybe in the bathroom you forget to shut them off or leave the bathroom fan on. I believe that they should have notified us that the rates were going to go up 50% because that's reasonable. They're a big corporation. They can send out a notice, but there was no notice. You'd have to go online, Google the increase for Boheco Electric, and what comes to mind, what comes up on Google is that Boheco Electric plans on raising rates 2 pesos or 4 pesos per kilowatt hour. It doesn't say that they did it. It doesn't say that they're going to do it on a certain day. It just says that the plan is to raise the rates 2 or 4 pesos on a 10 peso per kilowatt hour. So that's 20 or 40%. That's different than 50 and 125%. That's completely different. So 10 pesos per kilowatt hour is what we've been paying. 2 or 4 pesos per kilowatt increase per hour is 20 or 40%, but the rates went up 50%. And they justified it by saying that the price of diesel fuel went up. Well, yes, the price of diesel fuel went up 20%. That's a fact. So therefore, it's going to cost them at least 20% more money to create fuel, to create electric, if they're using diesel power plants, which the woman said, and she was clear as day on this, we have a diesel generating plant in Tagbilaran and we have a diesel generating plant in Ubay that's generating diesel electric. But that's not true, because for 5 days now we've had no electric. We got electric 6 hours last night. So it's not true that they're generating electric with diesel. But even if it was true, the power plant in Tagbilaran is not on because no one in Tagbilaran has electric for 5 days. So they're not generating diesel electric. They maybe put it on for 6 hours last night, and maybe not. I don't know where the electric comes from. But I do know that a 20% increase in fuel does not amount to a 125% increase in the cost of fuel. Now, I hear people complaining that I'm making a video about the price of electric in the Philippines. Well, I'm a community, especially that no one ever gets a 125% increase in their pay. Thing cost them nothing, but it cost us however much we didn't conserve, and 50% more this month, and 50% more in a month from now, if the woman was correct. So I think it's a big deal, a 125% increase. And other people in other parts of the world have told me their electric has gone up 20%. Price of diesel went up 20%. Fuel costs up 20%. What justifies this is, of course, Cyclone Odette, that the poles broke. But why did the poles break? Did they use inferior poles? I don't know. But we're paying for the poles as well. But there still does not, it doesn't justify no notice for an increase of 125% over the course of 60 days. Nothing justifies no notice from a big corporation like that. So that's my blog for today. They should have notified us. Then we can shut the bathroom fan off, or not put the bathroom fan on, or open up the windows and get some air, fresh air in the house, or shut off the night light, or not leave the burner on once the water boils, shut the burner off right away. There's 1,000 ways to save electric, but there's no way to save electric if you don't know that there's going to be an increase in the price of electric. So that's my blog for today, and I'm sticking to it. I believe they should have notified us. This is not rocket science. It's a big corporation. Send out an email. There was no email. There's no notice in the paper. There's no notification on Facebook. There's nothing telling us there's going to be a 50% increase. And then another 50% for a total of 125%. And the fact that the woman can't do math, telling me that there's only going to be a 100% increase because it's 50 plus 50, I think they should send those tellers back to school to at least learn how to tell the truth. 50% yesterday and 50% tomorrow is 125% every time you do the math. And that's my blog. And this is Michael Fazio. And Daisy May, I have Daisy May painting right now. She's actually painting, and she's painting. She loves painting. Pittora. She loves to paint. So she doesn't want to be on camera though today because she's a mess. So she's a good painter. And you know what I always say? Let the painter paint, baby. That's right. I'm Ping Permy from the Philippines, baby. Bye-bye for now.